Ever dream of dropping everything for an Indiana Jones styled treasure hunt? From the marble halls of the Met to the sun scorched deserts of Egypt. Come join me today as we talk about The Stolen Queen by Fiona Davis. Today, I want to share my thoughts about, as I said before, the Stolen Queen by Fiona Davis. This is my third or fourth book of Fiona's, and I absolutely love the way she writes. She writes about the historical landmarks in New York, the buildings in New York, and she actually makes these buildings come alive and they become characters in the book. But for some reason, this one felt a little bit different from me. She um, introduced a character named Charlotte Cross that was 60 years old. And so it's her adventure into back into her former life as an archaeologist. And it meant a lot to me because she did use this character as a 60-year-old woman. Charlotte has been the backbone of the Met for a long time. She has a great career, but it never got to where she wanted it to get to. She's the essential part of the job. She's always there, she's always dependable, but she never got to the title that she wanted. She's always been overlooked. And gosh, she has a great life. She has a great steady job. She has a relationship that she's in. It's not quite there for her. It's not the passionate relationship that she always wanted it to be or needed it to be. She has a beautiful home, but that home is not really hers. It's been decorated by someone else. The furniture has been picked by someone else. And so it's not quite hers. She always feels like a visitor or guest in her home. And I think we can all relate to that at some point in our lives, maybe that the world is treating us as reliable, but we're almost invisible. And we believe at times that our life is over, and the big choices, there aren't big choices to be made or big passions to be found anymore. And that's what makes Charlotte relatable in this book for me. She is just there, but not living the life that she would have thought that she would have lived. I think Charlotte is very much a mirror. We start to read about Charlotte and we think, oh my gosh, wow, this is, I thought this book was about a treasure hunt. And it is. So Charlotte gets to go on a hunt of a lifetime, but to be able to do that, a treasure hunt of a lifetime, but to be able to do that, she has to leave behind these choices that she's made. Her career is put online. Her love life is put on hold, or what she describes kind of as her life with this man. Um, he has things going on in his life that he wants her present for, and if she goes on this treasure hunt, she has to give up that, and so she has to make a choice, and she makes the choice to go and follow her true love, and that is archaeology. So she leaves for Egypt and she goes on this treasure hunt to find the stolen queen. And and again, I go back to Fiona Davis and how she describes these beautiful places. So if you love to travel, if you've traveled, if you've gone to New York, she describes these buildings down to a T. And for someone that has not gotten to travel into New York, um, she really writes it so well that you feel like you're in these buildings. And so for her to go to Egypt and describe Egypt down to the grain of the sand, and you just really feel like you're there. And the restaurants that she talks about and the food are just absolutely beautiful, and you feel like you're with her in Egypt. And I love, love, love that. I with Charlotte, once she gets over there and she begins to um, find herself, she realizes that the age that she has put herself in isn't really the cage, it's the state of mind, or what she thinks about herself is the cage that she's put herself in. And I really, really do love that, especially at the age that I am. I can so relate to Charlotte and realize that I'm putting myself in a cage. And so Charlotte really spoke to me, and I think she speaks to anyone that has felt that um, invisible part of their life, and being overlooked, and not being able to, or not feeling like they're able to begin something new. So for the real archaeology in this book, it wasn't about the dig itself. I mean, there was definitely the digging for the treasure. There was that, but it was more of a self reflection digging for Charlotte, or at least that's the way I felt like um, the book was headed to. And then um, it's so if for the person that wants to read this book, or who this book would be for, it would be for someone that loves thrilling books, travel adventure, soul searching, for a woman that is really kind of feeling that I'm at the end of my career, or I'm at the um, end of what I can physically do. Charlotte proves us wrong, and she proves it wrong in a big way. And so if you feel that settled and you want to get out of yourself, then this would be the book for you. This is a great book. I love Fiona Davis, and again, if you love historical buildings, and you know that there's a backstory to the historical buildings and want to know about the backstory, Fiona Davis is a great historical fiction writer. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear if you've ever felt invisible in your own life before. I know I have several times in my life. Before I started this channel, I felt that way. I wanted to know where my purpose was, what was I doing in my life? How could I make this life a little bit more enjoyable? And so when I started this channel, that was one of the reasons I started this channel. So I want to hear from you. When have you felt invisible in your life, in your career, or what is the treasure you are trying to reclaim? How can you bring that treasure back up? So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you'll check out Fiona Davis's book. It's a great, great book. Thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers!